There is a material that grows in just 5 days. It is completely fireproof at temperatures where conventional insulation melts into toxic sludge. Throw it in a garden and it breaks down into nutrient-rich soil in 45 days. NASA just chose it to build the next human habitat off Earth. IKEA adopted it to ship furniture to 50 countries. And it has almost certainly never appeared inside an American home. This is not a theoretical discovery waiting to happen. The material exists right now. The factories are running. The science is entirely settled. What is missing is permission. And permission, it turns out, is not a scientific question. It is a financial one. Welcome to Nature's Lost Vault. In 2007, a young engineering student at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in upstate New York grew something unusual under his dorm room bed. His name was Eben Bayer. It was not a plant. It was not a synthetic chemical. It was a building material. He had grown a solid block of compressed agricultural waste, bound together entirely by the root threads of a mushroom. This is Mycelium, the vast underground network that has held forest soil together for 400 million years. The material defied the logic of modern manufacturing. It grew at room temperature. It required zero electricity, zero chemical inputs, zero petroleum. It literally ate hemp stalks, corn husks, and sawdust, the exact waste streams that farms usually pay to dispose of. In 7 days, this fungus produced a rigid, moldable, fireproof composite that could replace the toxic foam packing material inside every appliance box, every electronics shipment, every fragile cargo container on Earth. The material it was designed to replace is polystyrene. It was invented in 1839 and has been commercially produced since 1931. It takes 450 years to decompose, and even then, it never fully breaks down. Every piece of polystyrene foam ever manufactured still exists somewhere on this planet. It releases styrene, a probable human carcinogen. It fragments into microplastics that have been found in human blood, in breast milk, and in the deepest trenches of the Pacific Ocean. By volume, it is the single most common material in landfills worldwide. Mycelium composites decompose in 45 days in a backyard compost pile. They sequester carbon during growth rather than releasing it. They require 90% less water and 40% less electricity to produce than polystyrene, and they are naturally fire-resistant. Polystyrene melts at 240 degrees Fahrenheit and releases toxic hydrogen cyanide gas as it burns. Mycelium chars. It does not melt. It does not release toxins. A 2025 peer-reviewed study confirmed that mycelium composites achieve a net negative global warming potential, sequestering more carbon across their full life cycle than they emit. They clean the air while they grow. The corporate world noticed. By 2011, Dell Computer began shipping servers in mycelium packaging strong enough to protect equipment worth tens of thousands of dollars. By 2014, a 40-foot tower built entirely from mycelium bricks was displayed at the Museum of Modern Art in New York. By 2020, IKEA committed to replacing all polystyrene packaging across its global supply chain with mycelium. And in June 2024, NASA awarded a $2 million grant to the Myco Architecture Project at its Ames Research Center in Silicon Valley. The mission was to grow human habitats on the Moon and Mars from fungal mycelium. Senior research scientist Lynn Rothschild, the project's principal investigator, described the strategy plainly. "Traditional habitat designs for Mars are like a turtle," she said, "carrying our homes on our backs. Instead, astronauts would carry dormant fungi, activate them with water, and grow their homes upon arrival. The material that cannot get into your local neighborhood is currently being prepared for the Moon. This is not a coincidence. It is the direct result of how building materials earn the legal right to exist in the United States. To be used in residential construction, a material must be certified under standards written by ASTM International, the organization that defines what a building can and cannot be made of. ASTM has maintained the standards for polystyrene foam insulation since 1958 under a standard called ASTM 578. The testing protocols, the market benchmarks, and the building codes have all been written around polystyrene's specific properties for 67 years. Mycelium composites have no equivalent ASTM certification. Without that certification, builders cannot legally use them. Insurance companies will not cover structures built with uncertified materials. Building code officials will deny the permits. No certification means no construction. The wall protecting polystyrene is not made of science. It is made of paperwork, and the paperwork was written by the industry that profits from keeping it exactly as it is. The organization that spends the most money ensuring those certifications never expand is the American Chemistry Council, the trade association for Dow, DuPont, ExxonMobil, Chevron, and the manufacturers of polystyrene. Between 2020 and 2021 alone, plastic producers and their trade associations reported nearly $200 million in federal lobbying against plastic reduction legislation. In New York State in 2024, the American Chemistry Council spent $930,000 fighting a single packaging reduction bill that would have required companies to cover the cost of disposing of their own plastic waste, and that would have created immediate commercial demand for Mycelium alternatives. The bill did not pass. The same story played out globally. In 1999, China banned expanded polystyrene food containers. By 2013, under direct lobbying pressure from the plastics industry, the government reversed the ban entirely. Polystyrene packaging is a $28 billion a year industry. Polystyrene insulation in construction is a $12 billion market. These are not numbers that surrender to a better material. These are numbers that hire lawyers, fund certifications, and write the building codes that govern exactly what your contractor is legally allowed to put inside your walls. But inside those walls, the better material is waiting. A cubic meter of concrete weighs 2,400 kilograms. A cubic meter of mycelium brick weighs 43 kilograms. Pound for pound by weight, the mycelium brick is stronger. It provides the same thermal insulation as expanded polystyrene. It absorbs sound naturally, deadening noise between rooms without any additional treatment. And it contains zero volatile organic compounds, no formaldehyde binders, none of the off-gassing chemicals that accumulate inside sealed modern homes and never fully leave. Fungi have been solving the problem of structural binding for 400 million years. They do it using chitin, the exact same material found in crab shells, forming a microscopic matrix tighter and more complex than anything a petroleum refinery has ever manufactured. And here is the part the American Chemistry Council cannot lobby away. In 2014, Ecovative launched grow-it-yourself kits. For the cost of a bag of potting soil, anyone can grow mycelium panels at room temperature. You mix the fungal culture with agricultural waste, pack it into a mold, let it sit in the dark for 5 days, then bake it to harden the structure. What you pull out is fireproof, insulating, and fully compostable. No factory, no supply chain, no corporation permission required. The process itself is ungovernable. Mycelium grows wherever organic matter exists. It does not require a billion-dollar petroleum refinery. A farmer can grow building panels from the waste of their own crops. A homesteader can insulate a workshop for the cost of wood chips and a starter culture. The organism is a public biological resource. Trying to patent it would be like trying to patent the dirt. This is not theory. In 2024, the non-profit MyCoHab completed a fully insulated, fire-resistant demonstration house in Namibia. The bricks were grown from local invasive acacia trees, which farms paid to clear, and repurposed as feedstock. Total construction cost was $8,000. It was built without a single gram of polystyrene and without a single sheet of formaldehyde-soaked plywood. The project grew directly from NASA research into myco-architecture. Your local building department has never heard of it because the industry that writes the rules has spent hundreds of millions of dollars making sure this fungus never competes on equal terms. You do not need their permission to start. The fungus is not a controlled substance. The agricultural waste it feeds on is available at every farm supply store. What 400 million years of evolution designed for free, you can grow in your garage this week. The material is not missing. The knowledge is not lost. The only thing missing is the permission of an industry that demands you keep buying their toxic foam. You do not need that permission. The mycelium does not need it either. It has been growing beneath the earth since before the first forest existed. It is growing right now, under every tree within a mile of wherever you are, waiting for someone to recognize what it has always been. A building material, a living one, and the only construction material on Earth that NASA decided was worth taking to the stars. If this vault opened something for you, subscribe to Nature's Lost Vault and hit the bell. Every like and every share preserves what they tried to erase. The next vault opens soon.